Hello, welcome to Virtual Flight Diaries tutorial series. This is the next tutorial, setting up the FMCU, or Flight Management Computer. So the first thing you want to do is you want to set up your SimBrief flight plan uh, and come down to the tablet. We're going to go to our electronic flight bag, and the first thing you want to do is request data from SimBrief. This is the easiest way to set up the FMC. And as you can see, it'll give us our flight route and our flight plan. So next we're going to go here. So if you followed up my power up procedure, the adheres are already aligning. So we'll just pick our, set up our position initiation. And unlike the 737 where you have to go to a different page, the GPS position is right on the first page. So you're just going to click that, put that in the scratch pad, and then transfer it over. Once that's done, we're going to put in our route. Since we have a SimBrief flight plan, we're going to do a route request. You'll see SimBrief route here. We're going JFK to Heathrow. And then you'll get this SimBrief route page. So, if you're not doing a turnaround, you can just set your payload and it'll automatically put it in. You can set the fuel, automatically put that in, and then you select the route. If you're doing a turnaround, if you press these buttons, you'll get a message, turnaround in process, something like that. So we'll select the route. It'll automatically start requesting the route from our ACARS SimBrief / system. Once these all come, you'll get a couple messages that, everything is linked up. We can clear them. Going to hit load. Our route is uplinking into the FMC. You'll start seeing company route there. And then when you get to this screen, it's done loading. So we can just put in our call sign. You can leave that blank if you don't have one or don't want to use it. So then we're going to activate our flight plan. You just hit activate and then execute. And now our flight plan's in. So the next step would be departure page. We're going to be taking off runway 22 right. We're getting vectors direct, so we have no SID. Otherwise, you'd do that and set up the transitions. Show you that page. So JFK 5 transition, there's no transition for that. And you just hit execute. It'll load that up. Then in your arrival, you get the departures arrival page inside. You have to hit that twice. EGLL is Heathrow. We're going to set up our arrival. We're expecting the 27 right. And just for purposes, we're going to see where our flight plan. Actually, I was wrong. You could just hit erase and it goes back to the screen. Our arrival is runway 9 left. So we pick the ILS runway 9 left, and that is the Serac transition. So we scroll through here. Let's see. So anyway, if you need another page, it's the previous page, next page, just like the 737. So our transition is OCK transition. And then, so you want to, so a trick I've seen, not a trick, but a procedure I've seen is that you want to set up your runway first, then your arrival. So we're going to come in on the Seri 1H arrival. There's no transition. And once that's all set up, once your arrivals and departures are all set up, just hit execute. And now your flight plan's in the system. Go to our legs page, check it out. So we got our vectors to Merrick. We just scroll through here just to see that everything looks good, and it does. You can also go to plan and go through each waypoint using the step button. And then that way you can see each individual leg, see if there's any breaks in it. This is our Latin longitude. That was our Latin longitude track across the North Atlantic. And you can see that our flight plan so it's cutting us in early in here. You could try to fix that by putting in speed restrictions. So it's pretty much saying we're going too fast, so we have to cut in. But or you can leave it, and when you get to this, we can just extend out this leg with a manual heading, and then cut in. Or it's 6 hours from now, so whatever ATC gives us too. Things can change. So we just continue to check our step. And see our flight plan looks good. So go back to the map. You can see our ideas have aligned. So we now have displays. So that's our route. That's our route check. So we're going to go to routes page, and we're going to do perf init. Everything's loaded up. We can just you can go by your operational flight plan from SimBrief, or if everything's loaded, you can just click and it'll load the page. We got our cost index and our initial cruise altitude from our SimBrief flight plan when we loaded it up to the system. So then we just double check, make sure that everything looks good. You may cross-reference this with the flight plan from SimBrief. Once all that's good, you go here. You can accept it or reject it. We're going to accept it. Once it's accepted, we're good to go to our thrust limit. So with that, we go over to this page, and we go into the performance tool. So we select our runway. We're taking off runway 22 right. It's going to load everything in the system. our aircraft. We're going to import our weights from the aircraft. You can also import them from the operational flight plan if you wish, especially if you're still loading up everything and you want to get things going. Now you can put these in, and we're going to import the weather. This is the current weather. Once you have all that done, you're going to hit calculate. This is going to give us our optimum takeoff. So we're doing a flaps 5 takeoff with takeoff 1 with a select temperature of 41. So we're going to come over here. If you want, you can move the pad over here, just about that click spot, although it has the creepy hand. So you want to do here, so we want to look at our rating. So we're takeoff 1, so you want to set that first. Okay. Once that's set first, you're going to then look at our select temperature, 41. You're going to put that in there. That's going to give us our D rate. Once that's all set up, we're going to go to takeoff. As you can see here, it's the optimum is flaps 5, so we're going to put 5 in here. Just going to double click the CG, make sure cross-reference that it's correct. It's 4.5, 4.49, so it's close enough. And then we're going to check our V speeds here, 151, 161, 169. So, or I mean, yeah, 157, 161, 169. So we got 157. Just click to confirm, 161 and 169. And we have our V speeds for takeoff locked in the system. Put our tablet back over here. So that's the setup, guys. You're now ready for your flight. So I would leave this on the takeoff page to let you know that, to remind you that you're finished with that. Over here, just for reference, the first officer usually puts it on the leg page. And that's the setup for the FMC. Now we're ready to finish. Just wait for our boarding and our loading to be done, and then we're ready for pushback. All right, guys. So be on the lookout for the third tutorial, which would be taxi and takeoff. All right, on to the next one. See ya.